Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Friday. Let me just adjust this a little bit. And you can tell by the looks of me this morning, I'm very tired. But we had a class last night, which was a lot of fun. Thank you, girls, for all coming. And this morning, I'm going to show you my impossible cards with scraps. Okay, using up scraps, which is a great way to use up some designer series paper that you have around. You don't need much. So bear with me because I am tired. Before I forget, stampersdelight.com. I'm Rose. This is going to be my last Facebook Friday for a couple of weeks because I leave for vacation on Sunday. So let's get started and I will show you my impossible card. So bear with me while I move the camera down and make sure you can see this. Okay, so this is my impossible card. This is one of them. And the nice thing about this card is when you put it in an envelope, and I do have an envelope here to show you. Okay. It lays flat. And I got to go this way. It lays flat and it does go right into the envelope. Let me just, I have to put it down in order to slide it in, but there you go. Good morning, Gail. Thank you for letting me know you're on. Yes, please let me know you're on. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you have to go to work right after this. Anyway, the card fits right into an envelope. Okay? If you can't see anything, just let me know. I can see the comments so I can check. And at the end of this video, I will be drawing the name for the Fast Fuse winner. Okay? So this is one of the cards that I did. So I'll show you the other cards when I'm done. But what I did for this one, what I'm going to show is the Textures, Sea of Textures. Okay, this is one of those sets I think I had already told you that, hi from Illinois, hi Pat, that I wasn't sure. Okay, now it's getting warm down here. Sorry, ladies, got to take off my... Okay, so I wasn't sure if I was going to like this set, and I bought this, you know, on the pre-order. I absolutely love this set. Great, great set. And it does have the matching framelets. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to show you. Now I'm just going to tilt the camera a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Let's just straighten this out a little bit. Sorry for moving around so much. Give me one moment. Do it this way. Okay. So what you start out with is a piece of cardstock, which is 4, let me see, here you go, 4 by 5.5. And then you're going to take your scoring board. You can use your, I told you I'm tired. You can use any kind of way to score it, your paper cut or whatever. I use the scoring tool here. Okay, so you're going to take your 4 across, and you're going to put it in the corner here. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, you can see that in there. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And at 2 inches, which is right in the middle, you're going to score that all the way down. So I scored it all the way down. Sorry, I can't pull up my camera any more than that. Then you're going to turn it around. I think you can see that okay. You're going to turn it around this way. Okay, so here's your score now line. So you're going to turn it around to the 5.5, and you're going to go halfway to that, which is 2 3/4. And you're just going to, this is hard doing it upside down, 2 3/4. So now you have the 2-inch mark lengthwise. Then you have 2 3/4. Then you're going to flip it around this way, and you're going to score 1 inch on each side. So this one is 4.5, and this one is at 1. Okay, so let's put this aside, and then I'll show you what we have here. Okay, so if you're looking at the paper, okay, you've got 4 by 5.5. You've got it scored down the middle at 2 inches. You've got it scored right here at 2 3/4. And then right here is 1 inch on each side. What happens is it looks like this when you're done. Okay, I gotta grab my snips. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all the places where you scored it, and you're just gonna snip that right down to the center line. Those are the 2 1-inch marks. Okay, then you're gonna flip it around, and the one in the middle that was 2 3/4, you're gonna go ahead and snip that. So you got all these little snips. Then what you do is you just kind of twist it. Okay, you twist it this way, you flip it this way. See what I'm doing? So you're taking this piece right here, let's see, right here, and you're flipping it the opposite way, and that might have to be snipped just a smidge. I like smidge more. And make sure this one needs it a little bit more too. So you want to get right to that score line. And where you have it folded, scored, you want to just make sure that there you go. That's all it does. That's all you have to do to make it stand up, is you just kind of twist it around a little bit. Okay. Again, I'll bring in the white one that I had done earlier. It's really not hard. Now, to decorate it, and I'm the worst at math, okay? I'm the worst at math. I'm the worst at doing anything with numbers. So what I did was I had all these pieces of designer series paper. You know when you're making a card and you have all these little pieces? That's all I used. And I'll show you what I mean at the end of this. So these little pieces, and where's my little, I keep this ruler. This is, trust me, get yourself one of these little tiny rulers. This is always in my apron. I walk around with this thing in my apron all the time. So the first thing I did was I grabbed some little scraps, and I have 2 little pieces, 2 scraps here. And I'm going to tell you what the measurements are of these. They're a little bit different on the other cards I'm going to show you because, again, they're scraps. So this one was 1 inch by 2 inches. So these 2 little pieces are 1 by 2. 1 inch by 2 inch. And you can do it a couple of different ways. When I show you, you put one here on the small part and one on this part. I'm going to lay it down. I think you can see it better. Or you can have it opposite. Now, I'm looking at the one I did so I can show you the difference. I have it opposite. So I'm going to do this all the same. And what I mean is the whole base is going to be the same designer series paper because I have another one over here and I can show you the difference. Okay, so let me grab my snail and I'm just going to snail those 2 little pieces down. There's a lot of different ways to do this card. Again, what I found with this card is the reason I love doing it is because I keep all my scraps, and if you're a hoarder like me, you've got a lot of designer series scrap papers or, you know, cardstock around. So I loved it because it gives me a reason to use up my scraps. So there you go. You can see that. Now these other 2 pieces, again, scraps. I keep all my designer series scraps in a little plastic bin. And then I go through them when I need a little piece. So these 2 pieces, let me tell you the sizes of these because I didn't write anything down. And these are 2 3/4 by 2 inches. And these are going to go right here. This is what I was talking about. See, I can line this up and have it matching. And I'm going to use this side. Or I can do it opposite, the opposite side, and have it, you know, a different designer series paper on there. This one I'm going to do all matching because the other one is the opposite side. So I want to show you the difference. So I'm just putting some snail on here. And I'm just going to butt that right up to where, let's see, yeah, you can see that. I'm going to butt that right up to where it folds. It actually looks like, now I know there's some videos out there where they cut the whole piece this way, if that makes sense, and then they cut out the corner that you need. I don't know if that makes sense, but I didn't do that because, again, I'm using scraps. Okay, so I'm just matching these pieces up. I don't know if I'm making sense this morning. It was a good night last night. Okay. And then I'm just going to do the same thing right here. I'm just going to line that right up. And remember what I said about smidges? I'm going to show you that in a second. If you flip it over and you're, oh, that was pretty good. This little piece right here has a little tiny hang off. So I'm just going to trim that a smidge. You know, when you're working with scraps, sometimes you don't have it exactly the way you want it, or the paper trimmer, when you're trying to use the paper trimmer, it's just a little bit too small to trim, so you put it on there. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Samantha. Thanks for watching. So again, you know, sometimes a paper trimmer, when you're trying to trim a piece this small, it's hard. So I just glue it down and then snip it off. Just a smidge. Okay, so there's my base. Not hard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of Designer Series paper. And this one I'm going to put right on the front. And for the size, this is 3.5 by 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and snail that down. Put this where you can see it. Well, you know how to snail things down, right? And I'm just going to lay that down. Yeah. Let me just pull that back up. So I'm using snail, not fast fuse, in case I make a mistake. I just didn't have that exactly where I wanted it, so I'm just repositioning it. Let's do it this way. And I might have to cut this a smidge, we'll see. Nah, that's good. Okay, so now you see the base is, looks like one piece of cardstock, or one piece of Designer Series paper. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I brought my pieces in that I already cut out. Okay, so here's the ones I have. Let's see, there we go. Okay, so this is the net. Now, if you put the net on this way, it's going to be it's going to hang over and it's not going to fit in. Hey, Arnie, you got up this morning. Thanks. She wanted to know why I was doing this so early, because I have to get on the phones and work after this. Anyway, so the net, if you lay it down, if you have it hanging over like that, it's not going to fit in your envelope. So what I do is I want the narrower end at the top. So I'm just trimming off a little bit of the net. You're not going to see a lot of the net, but that's okay. And I'm going to glue that down. Now, to glue it down, I'm going to use my silicone pad, and I'm just going to put a little snail at the bottom here, okay, and place that right there. I don't care, I mean, there's a little stickiness there, but that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of these pieces. Now this I have to trim a little bit closer than it was, because I want to be able to fold this without it hanging over. Just depends on how close you get your framelit, okay, to that one piece. So I'm just trimming that just another smidge. When I go to the hairdressers, that's what I tell Marcy. Just trim it a smidge. We're so technical, aren't we? Okay, so I'm going to put this at an angle. Oh, let me bring it down there. So he's hanging over a little bit, but enough where I can get him in the envelope. Okay, so now I'm building my card. So I'm going to snail that part down. Make sure you don't get snail on the top of them, because you don't want it sticking out. I'm going to stick that right there. And then I've got these good little pieces, so let's see how I'm going to build that. Again, these were all pieces. These were all scraps. Everything here was scraps, except for the card base. Okay, these were all little pieces of scraps that I had in my other bin, which is cardstock. Okay, so there I'm going to start with this, I guess. I move my silicone mat so you can see the card instead. This guy you got to be a little careful with. So I'm going to stick him right about there. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's see, do I want that color or do I want the blue? I think I'll do, well, since the background's blue, I'm going to do this color. Put a little snail there. The sand dollar. And this. Okay, so if you can see that now, let's see. I'm trying to see what you're looking at because I got my camera tilted. Okay. All right, so that's part of it. Now, for the base here, right here, what I'm going to do is just trim off a piece. I thought I had it cut, but I guess not. Let me just grab my paper trimmer. I have another extra little piece of blue. And this is the new Balmy Breeze, or Balmy Breeze, or Balmy Blue. Sorry, I don't remember all the color names yet. I'm going to do 1 inch. Okay. Just going to trim that just a little bit more. So I'm just going to trim this to 1 inch, and this is going to be just to hold it in place a little bit more, okay? So I have another piece of the new Balmy Blue. Sorry, still getting used to the names. And we're going to put that right there when I'm done, okay? Now my strips that I have right here. So this is already done. I saved all these little strips. Again, they're scraps when I'm cutting cardstock for my classes. And I'm going to stamp that, and I'm just going to use that to hold this card so it doesn't be flip-floppy. That's really cute, right? Flip-floppy. Okay, so I'm going to take the new Blueberry Bushel. I'm going to take that little piece of white. Oh, wait a minute. First, I'm going to use the new Seafoam Green. And I'm going to make a little netting on the back. So I'm tapping that gently. And let's just put this right in the middle of the card. Or it doesn't matter if you get the whole thing. I kind of don't want the sides. I want it to stand out. So that's like a little netting itself. This is the new soft Seafoam. Right on top of that, I'm going to take your One of a Kind in the Blueberry Bushel. And I use my grid paper a lot to line up things because I don't always put them right on the block. So at least when I have it on the grid paper, I can kind of see where I'm stamping and hopefully get it straight. That's pretty good. Especially when I'm sitting, because I'm not a sitter when it comes to stamping. I like to stand. Okay, so this piece is going to go right on here. Let me just nail that down. So this piece is going to go right here, and it kind of holds the whole thing together. So let's put a little, and you're going to see something I did different on this card, so you can really see the difference when I'm done. Okay, so this kind of holds it together. Okay, so I got that now. It holds the base down. I have a piece of white cardstock, and this is going to be the same size as the Designer Series paper back here. So it is 3.5 by 2. And I'm going to stamp that because it says you're one of a kind. And the inside's going to say, have a wonderful adventure. And I thought this was appropriate since I'm leaving for Sicily on Sunday. So again, I won't be back for Facebook Live for a couple of Fridays because I will be in Sicily. Have a wonderful adventure. Stamping that. And then that's going to go right on the back side here. I'm just putting that on there. Can you see? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Hi, Pat. Thanks for watching. You're an old pro at this. Okay. So there's part of the card. Now what I'm going to do just to finish it off is I'm going to take a couple of my fauceted gems here and give him some eyes. And because he's the darker color, let's give him lighter eyes. Okay, so we're going to give him the grapefruit. The tiny ones are hard. We're going to put the grapefruit there. So I gave him some little eyes. And then I want something over here. So I'm going to tie in those colors by using the larger one. And another size one here. And voila. So let me turn my camera back up so you can see tired me. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, let's just move this back up. You can see all my junk back there. And there's the card. And again, here's the back. And again, remember I said you can flatten it out like this. It fits in the envelope. And I always stamp the envelope. So what I would do is take the blueberry bushel. And wherever I put my envelope, which is, don't know where I put it. Okay, yes, I need to go back to bed. I wish I could. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just stamp a little on my envelope and usually on the lip. That's the way I do it. I like to put a little something on the envelope here and then over on the lip of the envelope. And it slides right in. And that's it. It's really not hard. So again, the base of it, basically it's 4 by 5.5. You're scoring at 2 inches this way. And then you're scoring at, what would I say? It was 2 3/4 down the middle and 1 inch on each side. Real quick, easy card. I think it's great. Thank you, Gail. I thank you so much. I believe it's going to be a wonderful vacation. It's a dream come true. Thanks to my niece. Naked envelopes are blah. So let me show you the other ones that I had done. Now, this is the one I had posted. Okay. These are all using my scraps. Here's the other one. Here's what I was talking about. This is the first one I did with the Sea of Textures. Now, if you look, you can see that this one I did the opposite. This one right here, I did the This one I did the opposite DSP. So if I show them this way, you can see the opposite DSP. And the backs are still the same. And then another one I had done, which was really cute, I really thought too, was from our animal outing. These make great, think about these as place cards. You can make these for birthday parties, showers, and make them into, or weddings. This would be great for weddings. You make little place cards for the people to sit at, where they're going to sit, what table. I think they're great. And then this one, I'll show you the back there. I just put the little froggy. And that's all there is to it. It's really not a hard card to make. Again, it's going to be laying flat. It's going to look like this. Then you're going to score it down the middle, score it at 2 3/4, score it at 1 inch on each side, and then you just twist it. Just rewatch the video and stop it and do it step by step. That's how I learned. So a couple of things. Please check me out on Facebook, my blog, stampersdelight.com, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me just show you real quick the cards we did last night at the stamp class. We have the Eclipse card with hugs. And this is a stamp set that's going to be retiring. But I just figured I'd show you the fun we had. We did, this is a new set, Lily Pad. With the masking technique. And the other 2 cards we did, thanks to my friend Sharon Armstrong, reminded me that how we could do the shaving cream. I have some newer girls that didn't do those. So these are 2 basically the same cards, except for this was with the marble background stamp. And then this was with the shaving cream. Basically the same card, both marbled backgrounds, 2 different ways to do it. Okay, and I cased this card from Sharon. So Sharon, thank you for letting me case your card. And in case anybody doesn't know what that means, it means we copy and share everything. And one more thing real quick, I'll show you the Sea of Textures, some other little cards that were on my board that I had done. This is using our pre-cut cards, just because I love this set. Okay, these are some other cards that I had done earlier. And then this is a shaker card. Shaker cards means it's got beads in it. You can't see it really that well, but it's got little beads in it. It's So this is all from the Sea of Textures. All these sets are going to be available to you June 1st. If you don't have your catalog, get in touch with me and I'll get you out a free catalog. That's stampersdelight.com. Then this is just another card using this set, and I'm sorry, I don't know all the sets, and especially this morning, I don't know much of anything. This is another pull-out card that I did with that a while ago, but I just wanted to show you some ideas. So that's my Facebook Friday this morning. Remember, I won't be back for 2 weeks. I will put it out there when I'm going to be back on live because I will be going on vacation. Now, I do have a free giveaway for everybody that left me a comment on my YouTube channel, Stampers Delight, or my last Facebook live posting. Just so you know, I do this on Facebook Live, and then let me turn this up so you can see me. I do it on Facebook Live, then I transfer it to YouTube so you can see me. So this is a free giveaway today, and I'm going to do, for everybody that left me comments, I'm going to generate the number now. So let's just see what it is and who gets this, okay? It is. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Blah, 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 blah. Number 4. Number 4, Arnie. It was worth getting up for, Arnie. You won the fast fuse. I have your address, so I'll mail this out to you, okay? I want to get everything in the mail before I leave on Sunday. So again, thank you for watching. If you need a demonstrator, stampersdelight.com. I'm Rose. I will see you back here in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching. Again, stampersdelight.com. Just remember that, or Stampers Delight, and you can find me anywhere on the web. Bye. Have a great day at work. Happy stamping.